really like in such positions. It's such a valuable bishop.
Absolutely.
But
so
you might end up playing this because, okay, knight e2 is possible, but it's an awkward move. Knight e2, I'm meeting with b5 or something. And I'm starting to claim that I'm fighting for initiative. I might be better with black.
yeah. But that was the point behind rook b8.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not sure
As
that
a
b3
kind of
b3
a
was
client
right.
move, and also preparing b5, and it's also half a minute on a clock for Peter Swidler, extra half a minute. We can say that opening went very, very well for him.
And he's 2:46 on the clock.
Yeah, 2:46 practically didn't spend any time.
Yeah, he just made the routine moves of this setup.
Absolutely, yes, and Magnus ends up giving this bishop on e3. Rook takes e3. Well,
Yeah,
now,
it took him some 20-30 seconds to
yeah, but
decide
now
on
it's
this.
a kind of a sensitive moment because now Peter will start. I mean, I know my boy. I mean, he will start thinking, "Am I better? What should I play for?" and so on, so on. So he will spend time. I mean, this is dangerous.
Yeah, he's
Objectively, of course, Black's position is to be preferred.
It's fine, but it's
You don't
little
think
bit,
it's much, yeah?
Yeah, it's a little bit similar to that reti of Magnus yesterday against Oparin.
Ah,
You
right,
remember
right.
that you take the bishop, only that not that they exchange one pair of knights, and you remember you were claiming that you want e3, and now he
Yes,
has e6.
exactly. And look what Peter did. Magnus went rook c1, so bishop h6, f4, bishop g7 followed, provoking
Some
f4.
weaknesses, yeah.
I'm not quite sure if it was... I mean, it is a weakness on one hand, but, you know, investing that much time and giving white some extra pawn to control a center.
But why not to go bishop d7 now, just to develop?
I mean, he might. Bishop d7 and eventually intending to play b5.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe just bishop d7, queen e7, rook fc8. I mean, or b6.
b6.
The only thing what disturbed me with b6 that in this d5, e5, fe5, bishop e5, then I will have later knight e2, knight d4, knight c6.
Yeah, but it's a long-term...
It's very long
It's a very
term,
long-term
yeah.
thing, you know. For blitz, you usually don't go that deep. I mean, you just make moves. Preferably trying not to blunder anything. So bishop d7,
Maybe just a4. No, h4.
h4,
h4 to give a square for the king on h2. Yeah, queen e7 play.
king h2. Very practical.
Rook
Rook f to c8. So Peter kind of prepares some b5 advance. Bishop to e8. So that's his take on this position. Rook e1. I'm not sure if Black is better at all, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not clear how to progress. The clock situation 145 versus 111, so some advantage for Swidler there.
b5. Okay. So now, takes. Now the tactical phrase starts, right? I mean, it's obvious White cannot really keep...
Yeah, if white is forced to take on b5, it already gives
It's really terrible.
black a very nice position and can play without any risk for a win. That's exactly what he needs. But what to do otherwise? Push d5? Can he push d5?
d5...
Sacrifice the pawn?
Yeah, d5, but the feeling is like... Yeah, well, he takes with the knight. But then wait, bishop takes, pawn takes...
Yeah, rook takes b5, d5 runs into bishop takes d5.
Yeah, a bit of a problem. d5,
Yeah,
e5, f5.
yeah.
That's very clever.
Yeah, that's the only way to play the position.
f5, so that when black takes on f5, you have some bishop h3, bishop f5. Black will never take.
Yeah, black will never take. Yeah,
And black is still better, I would say.
black is better. Yeah, certainly.
Queen c2. But there is a square on c6, which is nice, right? So if white gets the rook on c6...
But I mean, I believe that at some moment, maybe e5, e4, bishop takes, bishop e5 might be a
like
very
that,
nice resource for black.
Oh, well, Peter takes.
Nah, he takes.
That's surprising, to be honest, because now we are talking about playing on all three results. Even
No,
though
but why? e5, e4 is a huge tempo.
f4,
F4,
rook
G.
takes b3. Okay, queen f5. But how about those light squares?
Yeah, now suddenly there are light
Now,
squares.
you know, black king is in danger. Now, rook makes sense. Rook goes to g4, bishop goes to e4.
Well, Peter would love to take back the last three moves.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought. Like, as long as you don't take on f5, your king is super safe. You press the
Exactly.
b3 pawn, and then you just rook b1. What?
Yeah,
This
he
not
wants. Yeah, he
takes-
wants
takes-
stability.
But what? Where is stability? Pardon me. I mean, rook g4. Then the rook on b1 is hanging. You go rook b2. I go king h3.
Hola,
Next move
Peter
bishop
might be
e4.
losing this.
I mean, now he might be losing.
Ah, rook b2. This
Rook
is a
b2,
good
king
resource,
h3,
king
and then bishop
h3.
e4.
And how to defend?
I don't see, to be honest.
This is incredible.
I don't see the move, to be honest, because bishop e4 is a terrible threat. King f8 loses a piece now because of queen c8 check exchange, the queen's taking on g7. So he
Incredible.
kind of outplayed himself,
Yeah.
starting with a capture on
And
f5.
Maybe he has to take on g2, but this is.
But this is,
Or maybe
well,
rook e2 and then take on
h5. Okay, move with the tempo, trying to, you know, somehow confuse white a little bit. Rook g5 now.
Yeah, very unhappy.
Okay, I mean, the position is ugly, and perhaps you have to make it even uglier, you have to play f6, because otherwise I don't see a move. Not that f6 makes me happy.
Maybe rook b7 now.
Rook to...
Rook
queen,
b7.
wait,
Why
wait,
not
wait.
rook b7?
Queen a7, bishop e4, queen g1. So he claims there is
Queen
no
c8
mate, but it's
checkmate.
mate in one.
Oh, la la.
Wow.